Thank you. All right. So the first part of grammar that we're going to be talking about today is should and important to. So both of these phrases are very similar. However, there are some small differences, so we're going to talk about each separately. So our normal kind of sentence structure that we have is subject, verb, and whatever information it is that we have. And when we're using should, using it for its grammar is very easy. All we do for the grammar is we just put it in front of the verb, say should, and then whatever this verb is, we have to change it back into its base form. So for an example, if I say he eats kimchi, if I put should in here, I'm going to have to change eats to eat. He should eat kimchi. And this is true for any verb tense. So if instead of eats, we have he ate kimchi. When we want to use should, again, we have to change this to the base form, so should eat. Every time with should, always with should, we're always going to have should plus a base verb. This verb will never be conjugated. It just doesn't work like that in English. So what does this mean? Well, it's kind of two things. The first thing is this is an opinion statement. This is an opinion sentence, but this is different from our regular opinion sentences that we've talked about before. For an example, he likes kimchi, or maybe let's say he thinks kimchi is good. So both of these are also opinions, but they are his opinion, right? He is our subject, and the opinion belongs to him, right? He likes kimchi. He thinks kimchi is good. In this sentence, he is still our subject, but the opinion does not belong to him. The opinion belongs to me, or the opinion belongs to whoever speaks the sentence, whoever says the sentence. So when we have should statements, it's still an opinion, but it is the speaker's opinion. So I think he should eat kimchi, right? It's always going to be the speaker's opinion. If I want this to be his opinion, I would have to add an opinion phrase in front of this to be specific and say something like, he thinks he should eat kimchi. Now the opinion belongs to him. If we don't have an opinion phrase, then the implied opinion is, I think, right? So if there's no opinion phrase, then it's always I think. I think he should eat kimchi is the same as he should eat kimchi. The second part of the meaning, so one of it is my opinion. The second part is whatever this verb is, or whatever this extra information in the sentence is, I think that's good. It's good for him. So if I say he should eat kimchi, that means that I think eating kimchi is good for him, right? Whatever this verb and information is, I think it's good, right? So if I say he should drink soju, I think drinking soju is good for him, right? When we do a negative for should, we just do should not. Now the only thing that changes is instead of thinking it's good, now I think it's bad, right? I think it is bad if he drinks soju. So really that's all there is for should. The grammar is very easy. We just put it before the verb and make sure that verb is a base verb, and that's really it. It's just our opinion about what is good for the subject or what is bad for the subject. When we use it is important to, things change a little bit. So the grammar is still very easy. We just put the phrase it is important to. It is important to. And then again we're going to have our base verb. Just going to say eat kimchi. And we can have the same information. But these two sentences have different meanings. Here our subject is going to be it. And this kind of phrase, it is important to, it's still the speaker's opinion. So that's the same. But the meaning of the opinion is a bit different. Here, I think it's good for him. Only for him. So this is a specific subject. Here, when I say it is important, it's general. It's not just for him, it's for everyone. Maybe for all Koreans, maybe for all people, maybe for the earth, whatever your meaning might be, it's going to be a general meaning. So I'll use a different example to kind of show how this is different or why we would use it differently. So here we'll just say he should exercise. Here I'm going to say it is important to exercise. So here, he should exercise, specific to him. The reason I'm saying this, maybe he is out of shape. Maybe he's fat. Maybe he's weak. Maybe he's not healthy, right? Whatever the reason is, I think specifically he should exercise. Here, I say it is important to exercise. This means in general. It's good to be healthy for everybody. It's good to keep your body active and in good shape, right? So here, there's some specific reason why I think he needs to exercise. Maybe he's on a soccer team and he has a tournament coming, right? Maybe he wants to do a competition, so he needs to exercise. Here, I just think it's good for everyone, right? I think everyone should exercise, live longer, look better, whatever it might be. The second difference with it is important to comes in with the negative. So here, so if I say he should not eat kimchi, here our negative goes after is, since our to be verb, so is not. So it is not important to. Here, when I'm using my negative, he should not eat kimchi, I mean that it's bad, right? So I'm just going to change this to bread, because easier example. You guys know allergy? Right? If someone has allergy, right, it's not good for them. So maybe he has a bread allergy, right? My friend has this. If he eats bread, his stomach will hurt, he'll be sick, he'll vomit, maybe he needs to go to the hospital, right? It's bad. It's really not good. When we use negative for important to, instead of having the meaning be that it is bad, the meaning really is just not important. It doesn't matter. Who cares? We'll say it doesn't matter. You don't need to do that thing. You can do that thing. You don't need to. So here, if he eats bread, really bad. He'll go to the hospital. Here, if he eats bread, right? It's not important. Maybe he can eat rice instead for his diet. Or maybe he can eat pasta for his diet, right? Maybe he just doesn't like bread. It's not important. It doesn't matter. If he eats bread, that's okay. He won't go to the hospital. It's just, who cares? So the examples that I have up here, first one, we should not drink soju in class, right? That's bad. If I see you drinking soju, then not good. But the second one, it's not important to write your names in English, so it doesn't matter, right? If you write your name in English, okay. If you don't write your name in English, okay, right? It's not important. It's not something that you need to do. So again, we have these two phrases where kind of their meaning is very similar, but we tend to use them in different situations, right? For should, we're using them for specific subjects, specific people, specific things. It is important, we're using for things that we think are just true, things that are good in general. And then the negatives are very different meanings, right? Negative here is it's bad. The negative here is it doesn't matter. Who cares? Are there any questions on using our should or important to?
How about
Could? So could is the same type of word as should, but the meaning will be completely different. So could is very similar meaning to can. It's just a different tense. But you could say, he could eat bread. The meaning is just he can eat bread. So the meaning is different meaning, but we would use it grammatically in the same way we would use should, but it is different meaning. Any other questions? All right, so let's do a few examples. On the bottom of 186, we have a few phrases about space and space exploration. So because this is your opinion, I want you to put what you think. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it doesn't matter? Right, so we'll take maybe 4 or 5 minutes to go through, write your opinions, and then we'll share a few.